Yeah, so I guess with our proximity to Southern Cross train station, which I'm sure you've
just got off it, yeah.
Excellent. And I guess we've got the tram system in Melbourne, which is very handy for Melburnians that live, we'll say inner city, I guess, but also leads to train stations and the like, bus services as well. We're fortunate because the train and tram system run well into the night, sort of towards midnight-ish, especially on the weekends, which is very handy for us when we have most of our entertainment and sporting events here, so that's really handy. Bus services are the same, and they go throughout all the suburbs as well. So public transport is fantastic in Melbourne for all sporting events. I guess it's probably part of what the state tries to sell as a big tick and a big plus for people attending events. I'll say yes. There's been a lot of concern with the MyKey ticketing system and the like down here, but the government's always trying to improve and make that better for everyone. Similar to sort of Oyster Card and what they've got in New South Wales at the moment, but there's been a lot of sort of negative criticism surrounding it, which can affect events and all that, I guess, in terms of interstate visitors and also international visitors that come here and having to purchase a MyKey ticket to use and put money on that, and it does seem a little bit overtaxing in terms of what the customer just wants a ticket, up on a bus, hop on a train, event. So that has created a little bit of, I guess, negativity surrounding the whole system, but I guess in terms of usability, I mean, it's functional, it works. So, I don't know the statistics myself, but we do get a great percentage of our customers, be it sporting, entertainment events, that do use public transport. Oh, it's very cheap. It's
reasonable.
It's reasonably priced. It seems to, I guess, fit the market share in terms of what the rest of Australia does. I know there's price differences. I mean, we sort of compare with Sydney only because, I guess, the market size, the population size, and it sort of compares quite reasonably well. So I think it's not too bad.
Okay.
They do. They do, and I mean, I'm not sure if you've been using trams and that during peak hour times.
Like last
city.
night it was really busy.
Last night was pretty fun.
So, and I guess with the way what the government's done recently too is made it free for tram transport around the city and past our venue as well. So people utilise it a lot more now. So they it gets congested and you like this in the trams and trains as well. I mean peak hour especially. It's busy. It is easier. People come to events and they do drink. They and we don't want people drinking and driving. No. Bottom line, we don't want that happening in society. So I think that's the number one reason. And for our venue, there's not much parking available external to our venue. There's plenty of private car parks that charge the earth. We've got our own car park as well that patrons can use. For a fee as well, so there's not a great deal of available parking space for 50,000 people that are attending the venue. There isn't 50,000 car parks around the venue.
And
I think it's quite well. We are able to be in touch with Yarra Trams who look after the tram system here, and we can request extra services and the like. Same with Metro for big events. We can request extra services, and more often than not they do put them on for us. So I mean, this time in Melbourne, just taking away from us quickly, we've got the spring racing carnival as well, horse racing, and they put on extra trains, extra trams all around the venues that are holding those events. So the public transport system is really good and quite flexible to assist big event occasions. Can always be improved. There's no point. This is the system and just let it run for the next 30 years. That's not going to work. So how can it be improved? The wish list would be extra tracks, extra services. In reality, you're not going to get extra tracks because the amount of works that would be required to again impede on car traffic or pedestrians is probably a little bit out of budget. Cost would be enormous as well to get even just new trains or new trams, new vehicles, cost a fortune. I would love to see, you know, extra train lines and the like. I mean, we'd rather have more people use public transport than drive into the city. And I talk about the city a lot because we're part of the city. But in reality, I'm not sure of the simple solution. It's not simple, unfortunately.
I just have an extra question.
Extra question.
Just sort of then.
So we actually do statistics on patron egress from events, and particularly in our car park, because our car park has got 1, 2, 3 exit points, and sometimes it varies. But if it's a fully laden event, 50,000 people, car park, 100% capacity, it can sometimes take sort of 30 minutes for cars to get out. It's unfortunately not down to us. It's down to the traffic system surrounding the venue. We've got traffic lights every block basically around Etihad Stadium. We've got what's referred to as a highway, Warringah Way, just around the eastern side of our venue here, which gets right of way for traffic. But we do work with Vic Roads to try and implement the most feasible traffic plan post-event. So the traffic light system does change at the end of events to give more green lights for vehicles.
People to get out,
in our venue. It's just as they get 4 blocks down to the 4th set of traffic lights, that's when it can sometimes impact and
get a little congested.
Jams, and you have people sort of sitting in their cars, not even out of our car park yet, because the traffic system has basically come to a stop for that small period of time. In terms of patron exit out of our venue to Southern Cross Station, which is the closest train station here, it's like it's 15 times as bad as peak hour when everyone's running for the train at 5 o'clock. It's a slow march basically. The bridge is wide. It's a good sort of 25-30 metres wide, and that was built within, I guess, the set regulations to house that many thousands of people wandering back across that side of the city. Unfortunately, we've only got the bridge here and the Latrobe Street, which is at our northern end of the venue, for patrons to get back across to Melbourne City itself. It's busy. We generally close Latrobe Street down. Police are out there to close it down so patrons can walk back across and get back to their cars or back to their office blocks and back to the public transport or something.
All right, I think that's it.
Cool. Thank you so much.